And hello everybody, welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is going to be a quick update on Cardano. Now, as far as Cardano's targets are concerned, the targets that we last spoke about, which were some amazing, very bullish targets, one of the targets could net us a good 200% on Cardano. Those targets are still at play, okay? Nothing has changed. However, I wanted to bring this update to you today, primarily to talk about this one level that I'm going to be looking at getting into the month of November. Now, here's the thing. We open the month of November in 2 days. Okay, so there's not much time left before we get this critical close. And if Cardano closes well against this level, I think that next 30% pump, yes, 30%, the next 30% pump could come to us relatively quickly. So today we're going to be focusing on Cardano's monthly picture and what level does Cardano need to close over on the monthly to then give us a tip off on the next 30% move to the upside. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's jump into today's analysis. Now, we have a process here, and I'm always going to urge you guys to have a process primarily for instances like this where price is rallying in your face. Okay, and you don't want to sit there and FOMO into positions. When you have a process in place, you know exactly what to look for and on what timeframes to then make a decision of whether or not you want to jump into Cardano or wait on a pullback. So now with this, let's start with step number 1 in our process, which is the Mango dashboard. I want to see where the trends are at on the Mango dashboard. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? And also, more importantly, can we actually expect a pullback on price action? Okay, that's the information that the dashboard gives you. So now you can find this on app.mangoresearch.co. And also, guys, some of you reached out to me asking me, when does the last call sale end? Now, for those of you who are unaware, we had like a 20% discount across the board throughout the bear market, which sort of expired last week, and we forgot to announce it. So now, because that was a blunder on our part, we've created a coupon code. The coupon code is last call, and if you use that coupon code, it will get you the 20% off just in case you miss the sale. Okay, for those of you who ask me, when does it expire? It expires, I believe, on November 6th. Okay, so you have until November 6th to take advantage of the last call sale. Okay, you got to use the coupon code last call. I will be linking it on my screen as well as in the description below. Alrighty, so now with that out of the way, let's, filter out Cardano from this list. Perfect, so ADA USDT, I got my multi-time frame view drop down. Okay, here it is. So now, right off the bat, guys, you can see that from the 4-hour time frame to the 2-day time frame, we have long bullish trend signals across the board. Beautiful. However, those trends have not yet cascaded on over to the 4-day time frame and the weekly time frame. But honestly, I think it's a matter of time until we do see that cascading effect. We might very well see the 4-day flip long soon. Okay, and why am I saying that? Because, I mean, just look at the returns. We're seeing trend continuation on the 4-hour time frame to the 2-day time frame, and these are some good percentages on those moves. In fact, if you caught a trade on the 4-hour time frame, you're up by a good 20%. The trend on the 4-hour time frame has stayed bullish for the past 10 days. 10 days of an uptrend on the 4-hour time frame. So right now, if there's anything that's apparent, is that Cardano is trending on the lower time frames. So if you caught a trade on that, if you had an alert set on Cardano, you're already up by a good 20% on that move. And the thing is that you need to understand that 10 days ago, Cardano was probably sitting at a very, very good level, okay, on a historic standpoint. You probably caught that trade on support when this trend flipped long. Now, it's so important to catch your trades on good levels. And why is that? Because when you're up 20% now on your trade and you decide that you want to build on that position, think about how easy it is for you to add to your existing Cardano position when you're already up by a good 20% on that move. That relieves a lot of psychological stress from you when you're actually looking to add, as opposed to FOMOing now into position when price is already pumped a good 20% in your face. Right? And that's why I'm always going to urge you guys to try and get your bids at good levels. Now, question is, we're looking at this view, we're looking at all these insights. Can we expect a pullback from price action at this juncture? And this is where I like looking at volatility. And here's what this is telling me. The 4-hour time frame and the 12-hour time frame have very healthy volatility numbers right now. It's telling me that, hey, the bulls might actually have a bit more juice left in them for this move. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame and the 12-hour time frame, we could still start seeing price actually tick to the upside. However, notice the daily and the 2-day time frame, we have high volatility numbers. When I see those volatility numbers flash those high red numbers, that's when I usually anticipate a pullback. Okay, I'm looking at the move being a frothy move and at which point I usually look to see if there's resistance and can we actually expect a pullback. So now if I tie this picture in together, what this is really telling me is that, hey, we could see price rally on the lower time frames, but only to head into higher time frame resistance, at which point we could see a rejection on the higher time frames. So while this is an interesting picture, there's a lot of insight to extrapolate from here. I want to see if this entire thing could potentially culminate in the monthly closing well. Because if the monthly closes well, guys, we're looking at another 30% move to the upside. But now what is the level that the monthly really needs to claim in order for us to look for that 30% to the upside? Well, for that, let's get into the chart. Okay, here we are, ADA USDT on the monthly time frame. Now I have already gone and done the groundwork and I have drawn out the prevailing zone of price action, which is this. Okay, it's coming in from 24 cents, going all the way up to 39 cents. If you guys want to mark this out on your charts, please go ahead and do so. Alrighty, so now this is the zone. Now for me to anticipate that next 30% move to the upside, I want to look to see where price closes relative to the 50% mark on this zone. Do we close over the 50% mark or under the 50% mark? Where does the 15% mark come in at? It comes in right here. Now this region comes in at around 31 cents. This is going to be that critical level that price needs to close over in order for us to anticipate another move to the upside. What is that move going to be? It's going to be a good 30% to the upside. That range looks very minuscule on my chart, right? But you guys need to understand this is a monthly time frame. That range from 31 cents to 39 cents, that's almost a good 30% to the upside. But now here's the kicker. 31 cents also lines up with the critical bull run indicator that I last brought up to your attention. And I told you guys that, hey, if this signal goes off, we're likely heading into the next bull run for Cardano. It's the same indicator, guys, that got me out of Cardano during this phase right here. And I called bear market. Okay, and what is that indicator? Well, let's go ahead and pull it up. Get on over to your weekly time frame first off, okay? And I want you guys to pull up the Mango dynamic indicator. Now, this is the bull run indicator that has kept us on the right side of Cardano throughout the previous bull market right here, as well as throughout that bear market phase. Right? Notice the bear market as well. As soon as we started getting consecutive candle closes underneath the dynamic, we saw a break in the range, and then what do you know? Down into bear market territory for Cardano holders. Right? Every test of the dynamic cloud, guys, was met with resistance. The bears rejected price above those regions, telling us that, hey, we're still very much in bear market territory. This is not the time to be getting bullish. It kept us on the right side of the trend at all times. Now, the only instance where we actually broke was right here. Okay, where we got consecutive closes over, but hey, we were forced to check our biases as soon as price broke. Dynamic cloud once again got rejected off of it once again, and then back down to 24 cents. Right, that's where I had to change my stance, check my biases. I'm like, okay, I'm wrong on this trade, I'm going to exit. But I got to exit with a very, very minimal loss because I'm using the dynamic to keep me on the right side of the trend. Now check this out for confluence, guys. Okay, where is the dynamic resistance relative to that monthly midpoint? We're seeing an alignment of an important level right there, right? We're seeing dynamic align with that midpoint, and they both come in at around 31 cents. Now, for those of you who do not have access to the dynamic indicator and you want the levels, this is the dynamic zone right here, okay? The levels that we're looking at goes in from around 28 cents going all the way up to 31 cents. All right, that is the dynamic zone. And as you can see, we already have one weekly candle close inside that dynamic support. So now the monthly closing over 31 cents, okay, is likely going to signal another rally all the way up to 39 cents. From where price is at right now to 39 cents, that's going to be a good 32% to the upside. Okay, so 31 cents is the critical level for the next 2 days. We want to see the month of November close over this region if we're looking for another bullish tilt. And things get even more interesting from there on those closes. Why? Because we then trigger a bullish pattern, right? What is that pattern, guys? This is where our cascading pattern takes play, right? We have a beautiful W-like formation, which will then break out if we break 31 cents to the upside. What is the measured move of the W-like formation? Well, I have the targets on this chart right here. Let me go ahead and bring up the cascading play for you. Perfect. Now here's the cascading play. As soon as we break 31 cents, we also trigger this W-like formation, which will then take price all the way up to 47 cents. Alrighty, and if we break 47 cents, that breaks an even larger reversal formation on Cardano's chart. Alrighty, let me just adjust my scale right here. And what is that reversal formation? Well, we're looking at another much larger double bottom-like formation actually trigger on Cardano's chart, at which point the measured move to that would take Cardano all the way up to 94 cents. All right, from where price is at right now to 94 cents, that's going to be a good 217% to the upside. But hey, if you want to be modest with those targets and say you actually grab it when the pattern triggers all the way up to 94 cents, that's still going to be a good 2x on that trade. That's still going to be a good 100% to the upside. Alrighty, so you can see how everything is sort of aligning right here, right? But eyes on 31 cents getting into the monthly close, because that is going to be a very, very important close. Now, I hope you guys had some good insights to take away from this video. And of course, guys, I will be bringing you more information as we get more price action on Cardano's chart. And hey, if I see any good development on this chart, anything that's worth talking about, I will be publishing a dedicated video on just Cardano. So if you guys want to keep up with that, make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon. That way you are not missing out on any future updates on Cardano. And also, quick heads up, guys, Module 4 of the Mango Sprouts program is frigging out. Okay, go ahead and check it out for all you Sproutlings out there. And also Module 5 is coming soon, and I'm very, very excited for Module 5 because it's in Module 5 that I show you guys how I plot out those magical support and resistance regions that seems to go amiss with every other trader. Okay, so it's here I will be revealing the secret sauce. Now, the early bird sale on the Sprouts program is still on. You're getting a 50% off on the entire program, so you're going to be getting it for $249 as opposed to the $499. But here's the thing. As soon as Module 5 drops, I will be effectively decreasing the discount rate on the program. So just a quick heads up for those of you looking to jump in. I will be linking this down in the description below. You can find this on the mangoway.com/sprouts. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next update. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.